Hey there! Welcome back to another episode of Talking Cinema. The reason why you have an episode of Talking Cinema before Night Skies is because I'm delaying that video for a little bit. I'm doing a lot of research, doing a lot of reading. I'm going to read the screenplay, which was provided to me by Jack Craven. Thanks, Jack. And I just want to make sure that this new episode of The Never Wers on Night Skies, is as comprehensive and as well thought out as possible. I'm going to even try to go in and do some edits, throw in some pictures in the video. I'm going to try to go all out with this one. So please just be patient with it. I might end up delaying it till next month. Or I might not. I don't know just yet. I do have a lot of horror movie reviews I want to do for this month, and Night Skies is kind of a horror film, but I could do that video technically any time. So if you were looking forward to that, I apologize. It's not coming right away because it's just there's a lot of work. This video is trust me, it's gonna be worth the wait though. So just wanted to throw that out there real quick before I go into this video. I even bought a new book that talks about the movie. This is a book I think from like a couple years ago. So I even bought that in order to make sure I got all the information I can possibly glean, all the information I can possibly get about Night Skies. So anyway, there you go. Alright, that's a little explanation for what's going on with that. Also, after this video, expect a bunch of Killer Spider reviews because I was inspired by a good friend of mine, Matt's review of Arachnophobia. So I'm re-reviewing Arachnophobia because my other review was a scripted review where I read off a script. There's no passion. It was not as in-depth as it should be, and I really enjoy that movie. So expect that review to be coming, to be crawling your way pretty soon, as well as a bunch of other spider movies and some other creature feature stuff. And then maybe some random stuff here and there. And then I'll get into the franchise reviews, like Phantasm and Child's Play, and if I can get around to it, Evil Dead. So anyway, yeah, that's the plan for the channel. Just a quick little update before I get into an update on movie news. Now, first off, I want to talk about the two trailers that I saw that really stood out to me that I wanted to discuss briefly. First, let's talk about the good. John Wick Chapter 2. Wow. That was badass. That was a pretty awesome first trailer. That was worth the wait. It looks like it has the same awesome, fast-paced gunplay and action that the first film had. It's got the same visual style. I'm really looking forward to John Wick Chapter 2. I could definitely say, from what I've seen from the teaser trailer, the most recent trailer for the movie, it looks like it'll be worth the wait, and it's a film that I cannot wait to see next year. That's like one of my must-see movies of 2017 is John Wick Chapter 2. I love John Wick. It's one of my favorite films from a couple years ago. So I'm really, really looking forward to this sequel. And the only thing I kind of noticed about this trailer that I really honestly didn't, that kind of stood out to me in a bad way, was the villain. He looks like Justin Bieber. Is it a he? He looks kind of androgynous. So maybe it's a she. I don't know, but it looks like Justin Bieber. So I'm like, John Wick versus Justin Bieber? Like what? I don't. Huh? Interesting casting choice. That's for sure. But I mean, it just looks badass. Keanu Reeves looks like he's in top form here. Um, Great lines of dialogue like this: "Whoever comes, I'll kill them all." I mean, that's just badass. You know, the man, the myth, the legend, John Wick. I can't wait. I'm really excited. I can February can February come already? Can is there some way for February to come early? Because I mean, other than Jack Reacher 2, Never Go Back, there really isn't any other movie that's coming out this year that I'm like, yeah, I'm there. Opening day. But John Wick Chapter 2, absolutely there. Cannot wait. And so that's the good. Now the bad. I saw the new trailer for Power Rangers, the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. What the fuck is this? Like, whose idea was it? Who came up with this idea to take out all of the color and make Power Rangers some gritty, realistic superhero teen drama? Like, who the fuck came up with that shit? Because to be honest, I would love to see them get cut in half with the Green Ranger's power sword. Because to me, they fucking deserve it. And I know I'll probably get shit from people for saying this. Oh, they took a silly kind of goofy concept, a campy kids show, and they made it realistic and dark. Isn't that a good thing? No, it isn't. It's a bad thing. Because it's completely out of place. It looks like a Chronicle ripoff. It looks like Fan 4 Stick, but with Power Rangers. And that's what I was afraid of when I saw the teaser trailer, when I saw the teaser posters. And that's what it looks like. Pretty shitty teaser, too, because you don't ever really see them in their suits. And don't tell me you couldn't show me them in their suits because you have multiple posters and pictures that show them in their suits. So it's not like you're saving it for anything. People have already seen what they look like. Show them in action. Do something with it. Nope. The actors, to me, they make the original cast from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first few seasons, look like master thespians in comparison. They have no personality. Any personality that they do have seems forced, and they're just a bunch of fucking hipsters. So instead of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it's Mighty Morphin Hipsters. Mighty Morphin Hipster Rangers. Fuck that shit. I don't want to see Mighty Morphin Hipsters. Hey, you want us to go see Mighty Morphin Hipsters? No. No, thank you. Also, I hate the filtering, the fucking color filtering. We'll take the Man of Steel approach. Let's take out all the color. Let's mute the colors. Make it all dark as fuck. Why? It's Power Rangers we're talking about here. They're vibrant and colorful. That's part of what nope. And I love how some of the fans of Power Rangers are like, oh, this looks awesome. This is cool. And then that's fine, to each their own. But I love how some of these same fans, these same people, would rail on Gem and the Holograms for being nothing like its source material. And then this, from what I've seen from this trailer so far, maybe it's just a bad trailer, but from what I've seen from this trailer so far, look, it's not Power Rangers. I don't know what this is. It's not Power Rangers. They have powers without their suits. Why? Why do we have to do that? Why do they need to have powers when they aren't wearing their suits? I don't get that. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's an unnecessary change. I don't know. I just maybe it's just a bad first trailer, but from what I thought that trailer sucked. I really did. I thought it sucked ass. It looked bland and generic and boring. I can totally see this movie being like an hour of just drama and teen bullshit, and then they finally get into their suits about like after the hour mark, fight the bad guy for briefly, and then get their Zords or whatever in the last 10 minutes, and that's the end of the movie. I could totally see it playing out like that. Um, it did. It gave me bad flashbacks to the Gem and the Holograms movie, which, yes, I haven't seen yet, but I've seen reviews and I've seen the trailers. And when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, what is this? This isn't Gem and the Holograms. And when it's not embracing its source material. And then when I saw this, it's not Power Rangers. It's Power Rangers in name only. It's Chronicle meets Fan 4 Stick meets Power Rangers. It's just not for me, I guess. But maybe it'll be better. I don't know. We shall see. You see, I grew up with the Power Rangers. I grew up with the original cast in the first few seasons, and I have some fun with it. I admit, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, I can have fun with it. It's not a good movie, but I do admit it's a guilty pleasure of mine. And, you know, that's more Power Rangers to me. This, I don't know what this is. This is trying to be gritty and realistic, and I was afraid of that. I really was afraid of that, and that's exactly what they're doing here. It doesn't look like any fun at all to me. Just like there's zero fun here. All the colors are have been zapped away, and there's no martial arts in the trailer. And so it could be just like the Ninja Turtles reboot. It'll be fucking gritty for some stupid reason. Any humor we'll have will be lame, and then it's gonna be color filtered. We're gonna take out the color, we're gonna mute the colors, and then oh yeah, also we're gonna have, you know, some shitty origin story, and it's just gonna be lame and forgettable and boring and dull, and they're not gonna do very much martial arts either, because oh, they're superheroes now, and I hate that about it. Why do you have to make them like every other generic superhero? Why can't they just be regular teenagers who have the power to morph and get these suits and they know martial arts? Why can't it just be that? Nope, we gotta give them superpowers because all superheroes are the same. Anyway, it's just my little rant on my new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now let's get to just some of the news here from Screen Rant. Wow, Paul the Wild Stallions Anderson. This is a pretty fucked up quote from him. He says movies are for fans who adore the video games. Yes, he's saying the Resident Evil movies are for the fans of the video games. I could not come up with a dumber quote if I tried, folks. I could not come up with a dumber quote. Really? For fans of the games. These movies that are nothing like the video games. These movies that shit on the fans by bringing these fan favorite characters into the franchise and fucking ruining them and fucking them up the ass with no lube. Yeah, these movies are for the fans. Hey, hey, Matt. I know you're a fan of the Resident Evil video games. So yeah, the movies are for you, right? So that means you should enjoy them, right? No, I know he doesn't. He hates those movies. Most of them anyway. I think he doesn't mind the first one, but yeah, Paul Wild Stallions Anderson. Wow, that is literally one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. These are fan fiction. These are fan fiction, Resident Evil fan fiction, starring Paul Wild Stallion Anderson's hot wife. That's all it is. It's Alice. Alice isn't even a character from the fucking video games. I haven't played that much Resident Evil, but you know, I still feel the fans' pain because these movies don't adapt the fucking source material. But they still make money, so they still get made. I don't get it. I don't understand how you can be a fan of these games and be a fan of these movies. To each their own. If you are, that's fine. I just don't understand why. We're having another anime live action adaptation. Apparently, it's called Alita Battle Angel. And one of the actors from Spider-Man Homecoming is going to be cast. And Robbie Rod is adapting it. Well, great. I haven't seen the anime, so I don't know what to say. But Robbie Rod helming it is not a good idea. Not a good thing. Absolutely not a good thing. Excuse me. Logan has some images that show up. This is the last Wolverine movie starring Hugh Jackman. Huge jacked man. And there's a photo that showed up on the Instagram that shows a severed arm with it bleeding and holding a shotgun. Does that mean it's rated R? Well, that's the case. I'll believe it when I see it. But That would be interesting. I gotta be honest, an R-rated Wolverine movie would be interesting to see, but part of me also believes they just fuck it up anyway. So I don't know. I guess I'll wait for a trailer, but I'm not holding. I'm really not that enthusiastic about another Wolverine movie with Hugh Jackman. He's had multiple chances. He's had two movies and he struck out. So I just I just don't have any faith. I have zero faith in Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or his movies anymore. I really do. It's just my opinion. Pirates of the Caribbean 5 released a new teaser. I think this franchise has literally run itself into the ground, but I do have to admit the teaser, it looked good, it looked creepy. Javier Bardem looks like he's bringing his A game as the villain. I might watch the film just for Javier Bardem, but I can't say I'm really excited. I'd say the teaser it looked better than I thought it was going to, but at the same time, I can't be like, oh, I'm super excited for Pirates of the Caribbean 5. It does not need 5 movies, but it just keeps getting more movies because they make money. So, Bad Boys 3. Martin Lawrence wants to do it. It's also called Bad Boys for Life, which is not a very good title. He says it could start. He's trying to get it filmed or to start filming by next March. But as long as Joe Corndog or Joe Carnahan or Cornball is directing it, I can't say I'm really that excited. So, yeah. Disney's doing a sequel to Enchanted. I wouldn't mind seeing it because I actually liked Enchanted, so I thought it was kind of fun. So, kind of curious about that. Blade Runner 2 now has an official title, Blade Runner 2049. Come on. Like, really? That's the best title you could come up with? You'd be better off just calling it Blade Runner 2. Blade Runner 2049 is corny as fuck. That's a lame ass title. That gives me really bad acid flashbacks to shit like Phantom 2040 or Total Recall 2070. I mean, really? Blade Runner 2049? Do you know how stupid that's? It just sounds lame. It sounds like the title for somebody's shitty fan fiction. Somebody's shitty Blade Runner fan fiction. You had the title right there. In the book sequel, there's a sequel to the movie that came out before this, but only in book form, called Blade Runner 2: The Edge of Human. Perfect title. Blade Runner: The Edge of Human. That's a good title. I like that title. That's a good title. Blade Runner 2049 sounds lazy and generic and shitty. Blade Runner Edge of Human actually sounds like we're being respectful to Blade Runner and actually, I don't know, giving a shit about a sequel to one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. But Blade Runner 2049 doesn't really. It also reminds me of Spider-Man 2099 or Doom 2099 or Punisher 2099. All these X-Men 2099. Those Marvel Future, comics. I admit I did like Spider-Man 2099, but they're not making a Spider-Man 2099 movie here. It's a Blade Runner sequel. Just call it Blade Runner 2. What's wrong with having things just be called like it is? Why does John Wick have to be John Wick Chapter 2? Just call it John Wick 2. John Wick Chapter 2 is just weird. And now we Blade Runner 2049. I have to admit, I'm curious about it because the same guy who directed Sicario is doing it. So I guess I'll see. I'd be willing to give it a shot. But the studio not really giving a shit and just like going with the laziest generic title imaginable doesn't really help. So we shall see. Gears of War. Universal's going to do a Gears of War movie. Oh, but you're not going to do a Halo movie. You weren't going to do a Halo film, but you'd be willing to do Gears of War. To be honest, I'd trade a Halo movie for a Gears of War film. Even now. But they did these live action, directed video movies. Not the same. I mean, a big budget Halo movie. Han Solo biopic. Not really a biopic, but a Han Solo, prequel movie. I don't give a shit about the Han Solo prequel movie spinoff. I really don't. I'd be lying if I said I did. I do not care. I don't care. I do not give a shit. This is what I'm talking about. Disney's gonna run Star Wars into the fucking ground with all these unnecessary, unneeded spin-offs. I do not care about a prequel movie dealing with a young Han Solo. It's not Harrison Ford. I don't care. And he's dead now anyway, so it doesn't matter. I mean, Han Solo is dead, not Harrison Ford, but you get what I mean. You get what I'm talking about. You get my drift. Not much else in terms of news here. Yeah. Just looking some more to see if there's any kind of... might as well talk about this. The Suspiria remake. Yep. Can't stop with the fucking remakes now, can we? We're gonna remake Suspiria! One of the best Italian horror films out there. Don't try to remake Argento. You can't do it. And if you want to do a film in the style of Argento, just make your own fucking movie. Is that too much to ask? Just make your own Argento-inspired movie and call it something else. Why does it have to be a Suspiria remake? Why do we have to do this shit? Can we not make something somewhat original nowadays? I'm not asking for a 100% original idea. That's not possible. But do we have to keep digging up old franchises and slapping a new coat of paint on them, or propping their corpses up and throwing them back out into society and into theaters like they're still alive and well, but we're moving them around with strings? We have to keep Weekend at Bernie'sing it. Stop Weekend at Bernie'sing all of these fucking franchises. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of remakes. Enough. Take a break. Stop it. You just don't know how to do it the right way anymore. It's especially in the mainstream. Watch, this remake will be PG-13. If it isn't, it's not gonna be that great. It's probably gonna rehash all the same things from Suspiria. Like, why are you doing this? Even Argento himself, I don't remember the exact quote. I wish I could, but I remember him not being pleased at all with this announcement. He's like, fuck that shit. I loved how nonchalant he was. He's a badass. He's like, this is a stupid idea. Why are they remaking my movie? I don't like this. I don't want this. This is bullshit. And I agree. It's bullshit. And I thought Chloe Grace Moretz was retiring. Last time I heard, she's retiring from acting, but now she's part of the cast for the Suspiria remake. Why is she in every remake that I could think of with these horror movie remakes? Carrie, let the right one in. Now Suspiria. Can you just not be in remakes, Chloe? Can you do something different? But Tilda Swinton is in it. I like Tilda Swinton. But just because she's in it doesn't mean that I support a remake of Suspiria. It doesn't need a remake. It's fucking Dario Argento. You're not gonna do better. It's like trying to remake John Carpenter. It's an automatic fail. You can't do it. It's like remaking Hitchcock. You can't do it. Stop. Why? I feel like Tom Atkins at the end of Halloween 3 with all these remakes that get announced. I really do. It's like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. God damn it. And I guess that's a perfect lead into the list. And I'll end this episode with my thoughts on this list from Screen Rant. Talks about 18 horror movies that deserve a remake. I love the clickbait title. 18 horror movies that deserve a remake. I'm like, I can't even think of a single horror film that deserves a remake right now. And even ones that I might be open to seeing one, they're gonna fuck it up because they've forgotten. Because to me personally, mainstream Hollywood and studios, they've forgotten how to make a remake the right way. They're just doing it for name recognition. They're being lazy as fucking humanly possible. They're just copying and pasting all the main elements from the story of the original film and maybe throwing in a couple new things, changing some names around, and calling it a day, thinking that's enough. Case in point, the Poltergeist remake. That's just a Xerox of the original movie. It's lazy. It's uninspired. They don't have any passion. They just want to do this because, well, it's a recognizable horror movie. People remember this film, so let's remake it, and then we'll get automatic money. That's all they care about is the money. They don't give a shit about whether or not they do it right or they're respectful to the original movie. They don't give a flying fuck anymore. It's painfully evident. Yes, there might be one remake that comes out, like Maniac, or maybe The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I haven't seen that yet. That ends up being decent, but that doesn't mean that I want to see more remakes. I think it's reached it's done. It's been played out. It's like the slasher genre in the 80s. It's finished. Its throat's been slit and it's bleeding out. Let's just let it die for a little bit and then maybe resurrect it down the road when we've learned some lessons. Because I feel like they're beating a dead horse. So anyway, this list starts off rather ridiculously with an honorable mention for Pixels. It's not a horror movie. It's a horrible film, but it's not a horror movie. But this writer is just like, well, it should have been a terrifying horror movie where angry aliens disguised as video game characters come to destroy us. No, that's not what it should have been. It should have just been a fun comedy, like Ghostbusters or Evolution. But it wasn't any fun, and it wasn't funny. So, honorable mention, Event Horizon. No, seriously, Event Horizon. Really? A remake? Yeah, Event Horizon deserves a remake. No, it doesn't. Event Horizon is fine just the way it is. What I would like, what I think it deserves, is an uncut version being released. A director's cut with the uncut footage. That's what I think it deserves, not a remake. There's no reason for this. Absolutely none. And this is what this guy says. He says the movie combines elements of the Black Hole, Alien, and Outlander. Outlander? You're bringing up What the fuck does Event Horizon have to do with Outlander? Outlander's this shitty wannabe Predator movie where this guy just crash lands in the medieval ages or something and there's some monster there. That has nothing to do with Outlander. Are you talking about the TV show? I don't understand it. So anyway, they say he pretty much says it combines these elements with an exceptional cast who get picked off one by space madness and general evil. It was good, but it could have been so much more. No. It could be so much more is the gore, the extra uncut footage. Other than that, I don't see how you can improve it that much. And so this guy says, So Paramount was pushy about the film's release date, so both the shooting and the editing were rushed. Had they been given the time to make the movie they wanted, with just the right amount of gore, Event Horizon could have been a veritable sci-fi classic rather than merely a beloved cult film. It is a sci-fi classic, if you ask me, and it's not just a cult classic. It's not a cult movie. It's beloved by some people. It's a classic. It does not need a remake. They would fuck it up anyway, throwing way too much CGI and probably even less gory than the cut version is. You want to do an Event Horizon style movie? Make the adaptation of Dead Space. And John Carpenter actually expressed interest in doing that. Let John Carpenter make the Dead Space movie. Then you have an Event Horizon type movie. But it doesn't have to be Event Horizon. The next one, this is the actual list, 18 movies. So Event Horizon starts off the list. You have Pixels as an honorable mention. Not a very good start. Number 17 is a film I've never seen called Night of the Demon, which is... Okay, I haven't really seen it, so I can't really say it deserves a remake. It's from 1957, so maybe, because that's the same kind of thing that I could see maybe an update. But like I said, I think the chances are very high that they just fuck it up anyway. The Wraith. Hey, it's one I've actually talked about. Excuse me. I'm just allergic to this bullshit. All these fucking remakes in Hollywood. I'm just not giving a shit anymore. I've talked about that one. I think it'd be interesting if done right. Keyword, done right. It's not going to be done right. So, I don't want to see it. Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is something that John Carpenter, I think, was attached to, and they're going to like remake it in the 90s, but it didn't happen. And I think even Rick Baker worked on a Creature from the Black Lagoon prototype suit. Another key word to this, done right. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but that's the thing, done right. I'd love to see this if it's done the right way, if it's respectful, if it's good, but the recent track record with these Universal remakes isn't very good. I mean, the only thing I think of is like the Wolfman, and that was pretty disappointing. So I don't really want to see the Creature get the same treatment. I don't. Creature from Black Lagoon is my favorite Universal monster, and I don't want to see it ruined and messed up. I would have loved to have seen an R-rated Creature feature movie with the Creature, but I don't see that happening. The best time to have done that right was in the late 80s or the early 90s. But I just don't see it nowadays. They just fucking fill it full of CGI, and it would just be... It would be like those shitty Anaconda sequels. Dreamscape. They already remade that movie. It's called Inception. So there's no need to remake the movie. I don't think it needs a remake. I think it's fine for its time. I like the movie. I don't love it, but I do like the film. I mean, come on. Dennis Quaid. I mean, make a sequel. Do a sequel. I'd rather see a sequel with Dennis Quaid than see a remake of Dreamscape. You're not going to replace the Quaid. So, bring back the Quaid. Psychomania. Another film I haven't seen before, so I can't really say that much about it. Number 12 is House. By the way, Dreamscape is 14, Psychomania 13, 12 is House. Remake a House? Why? We got great practical effects in House. You got a good performance by William Katt. You got some great inventive scares. Good direction by Steve Miner. There's no reason to do a remake of House. Absolutely none. So, fuck that. No, I don't want to see a remake of House. No, thank you. Number 11, Alligator. No, you heard that right, Alligator. They think a remake of Alligator could be amazing. No, it wouldn't be. It'd be a shitty Sci-Fi Channel original movie with a CGI alligator. I mean, saying that Alligator deserves a remake is like saying Jaws deserves a remake. How about not? Alligator is fine just the way it is. It's a classic. It's underrated. It's a great movie. You got Robert Forster. You got a great cast. You got really good practical alligator effects. No. Just no. This idea of an alligator remake needs to be flushed in the toilet. Number 10, Wolfen. You know, interesting concepts with Wolfen, and you all know my thoughts on Wolfen. I think it's a boring movie with a boring lead, and it's not really a werewolf film, so it's kind of it lies to you, and then it has some bullshit environmental message in the end that doesn't make any sense. And the scariest thing about it is seeing Edward James Olmos' naked ass. But you know, I don't want a remake because you know, just do a movie similar to it and call it something else. I don't want a remake because I just think they fuck it up. One of the best things about Wolfen is the joke that Michael Keaton's character makes about the movie in The Dream Team. Number 9, The Lair of the White Worm. Uh, I know a good friend of mine isn't a big fan of this. I remember seeing this a while back and I didn't mind it. I don't see, I don't see, it doesn't need a remake. And once again, if they did happen to be low budget, they'd probably mess it up. Maybe if it had somebody like Alexander Aja or someone like that who had a passion for the project, that's the key word. A lot of these, I'd have to see somebody who has a passion for it to really be on board with a remake. This is a possibility, like with something like The Wraith. Um, I just part of me just wants to know. I just don't want to see any more remakes. So, Ken Russell though is really hard. Is a hard act to recreate. It's a hard act to follow, and I don't know. Number 8, Silent Night, Deadly Night. They already remade that movie. It's called Silent Night, and I didn't mind it. Actually, I kind of like that movie. So whoever made this list needs to do some more research. They already remade the movie. They already remade it. It's called Silent Night. Number 7, Lifeboat, the Alfred Hitchcock film. They already remade that. They've remade that movie dozens of times, either officially or unofficially. You had a movie called Life Pod. You had a made-for-TV remake of this. You had multiple different movies that had different elements from Lifeboat, but didn't call it Lifeboat. There's no reason for a Lifeboat remake. None. If you did it, it just seemed like a cliche. White Zombie. No. Not really. Silent Hill. If they made it like the game and actually did follow the actual video game, sure. Have a male lead, a male protagonist. Don't recast him because, oh, well, he's too feminine because he's a loving father. And actually follow the plot of the game, maybe. But after Silent Hill Revelations, I doubt that's ever going to happen. Plus, the franchise has been kind of dead for a while. I don't think they're going to do a new Silent Hill film anytime soon. Number 4, Them. How about No? I think the movie's fine the way it is. A nice little big budget B movie. They kind of already did something like that. It's called Empire of the Ants. And it's just be another shitty CGI horror film that would be on the Sci-Fi Channel. No. Scanners. Scanners would be interesting. But they wouldn't do it right. So, I mean, Scanners has potential because I think the first film has some great effects. Michael Ironside is great. But I'm not really a fan of the movie because it's pretty slow-paced and dull. The lead sucks. So you could have a remake and have a better lead and do even more crazy stuff with practical effects and more heads exploding and more craziness. I don't think that it'll happen though because it'd be CGI. They make it PG-13 for some stupid reason, and it just wouldn't do it right. It could be awesome, but I just don't think it would be done correctly. So that's why I'm going to say no. Number 2, The Stuff. We don't need a remake of The Stuff. We don't need to remake The Stuff. Okay? The Stuff is awesome. The Stuff is fine the way it is. We don't need to remake this. We don't need a remake of it. It's Larry Cohen. You're not going to fucking do better than Larry Cohen. Especially nowadays. What writer now, who's working now in Hollywood, is going to come up with a script as clever and fun as a script that Larry Cohen came up with for The Stuff. It's not going to happen. So just fucking stop. Why are you thinking about, you're going to remake The Stuff? Why are you even thinking about remaking Larry Cohen movies? The last time somebody tried to do that, it was It's Alive, and it was a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. It's awful. That's what it was. It's awful. It really was. It was awful beyond belief. And then number 1 is Chud. Cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dwellers. I don't want to remake a Chud. It wouldn't be as much fun. You wouldn't have Daniel Stern. You wouldn't have John Hurd. You wouldn't have, the sort of Larry Cohen inspired script. I mean, yeah, the Chud monsters could have done a little bit more in the movie, but I thought the effects with the monsters when they were there were fine, and it just wouldn't be as subversive and as full of black comedy as the original Chud is. I would just be a generic monster movie. So no. So none of these movies deserve a remake, in my opinion. A list of 18 horror films that deserve a remake, and none of them deserve a remake. And of course, some people might say things like, oh, well, The Fly, or Night of the Living Dead, or The Blob. Well, you might have been saying the same things back then. Not really. Because back when those movies came out, remakes didn't have as piss-poor of a track record as they do lately. No, I wouldn't be like, I don't want to see a remake of Night of the Living Dead. No, I'd be like, whoa, Tom Savini is directing, and you got this cool cast. I'm not really the biggest fan of Night of the Living Dead anyway. I'm on board. Oh, the Blob remake is coming out. Man, all right, cool. Chuck Russell is involved. I really liked his work on Nightmare on Elm Street. Part 3, Dream Warriors. This would be fun. Blob remake. I wasn't really the biggest fan of the original Blob anyway. It could be like The Fly or The Thing. I love that. I love those movies. No, it's not the same. Because remakes just have a horrible track record lately. Shit like Poltergeist, RoboCop, and many, many more. Nightmare on Rape Street. This upcoming Leatherface prequel where we're dealing with Leatherface as a fucking kid. What? Teenage Leatherface. I was a teenage Leatherface coming to a theater near you. But anyway, yeah, I pretty much vented enough already. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a long one, but hey, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. And hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Talking Cinema. And as always, I will see you guys later. See ya.